Welcome to the stream, everybody. We are back to normal. No more Spooktober, unfortunately, for another 10 months. Uh, but yeah, I'm going back into Satisfactory. I've been playing Satisfactory off stream the entire time through Spooktober as well. Um, and I started a new save file. I started this about a month ago, I think. I was at the point where the main base that I was trying to build was too complicated, and I needed to just go back to basics. So I was like, and I knew I had made a bunch of mistakes when I made that whole train network that went across the entire world. So I decided to start over. What game is this? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Tech. So I will also mention that. So I took my Halloween theme because I had changed a bunch of stuff in it in OBS, and I did it. I rebuilt it so that it was like um there were a lot of things that worked a lot better in the new version. Um, so I've cloned my Halloween theme, and now this is the Halloween theme, but back to my original theme, but with all the cool stuff that I built for the Halloween theme. So there may be problems today. I didn't get a lot of time to test this, but I did find some stuff that was broken in my streamer bot that has been probably broken for a couple of months. Um, Not anything that a lot of people would notice, but I'm just giving fair warning. There may be some broken things on the stream tonight. Uh, so just be aware of that. Anyway, I'm going to show off my new save file. And we're playing on update 8. Update 8 is very close to being released in like as the default for Satisfactory. Uh, so it's still in early access, or it's not early access. Sorry, it's an experimental branch still, but they're getting close to being able to flip the switch on this. Halozex theme. That's right. And they just did a couple of new patches a few days ago that improved performance a bit. Yeah, they fixed all the other thing was I built that giant power plant in my old file, and there were a ton of problems with the liquids and stuff. So this is my current project right now. So as you can see, I have run new. I made a new template for running rail lines and stuff. It looks really cool. I haven't finished doing these yet, but I set up the rail lines to where I needed them to go. But I made this template or blueprint that I'm using for all the train pillars. So the cool thing is with this, I can just delete this, pull up train pillar, and it'll attach like this. And then I just build that, and it's all modular. So now I have this really cool pillar that can go down through the whole thing, and it ends up making the train lines look a lot better. And if you notice, the train lines are not wobbly anymore. I figured out all the things when I built that huge world network. Now I have actual straight train lines. There is no little wobble at all. So the big thing that I need to do for this save is basically get to the point where I can do nuclear power. And I was also at this point before with my other save file, but when I started brand new, I started in the Rocky Desert, which I've never done before. Normally, I always start in Northern Forest because it's got like these really awesome nodes. Well, I was like, well, I don't really need the awesome nodes yet because I can only produce so much based on all the bottlenecks that they put in place. And so I kind of hobbled together the crappy nodes to build everything in the game except for turbo motors. So everything that's here is a temporary factory. I haven't made any permanent factories except for the very first one, which is this. which I have not finished building yet. It's the factory itself is running as it will be. It is actually 100% efficient, which is the first time I've ever made a factory that involved liquids and it actually was 100%. So this looks a little messy right now because I'm getting ready to rerun all these pipes and stuff that I've got going over to the other place. But so I put down this really cool ring here, and so you ignore this because I used this to build the circles that were over there. But I'll be getting rid of that when I don't need it anymore. But basically, this giant fracker thing, I'm using all the oil out of this entire resource node, which is a bunch. Well, it's not that much actually. It's kind of a shitty node, but this is like 450 crude oil, and I'm using this place just to build empty containers and packaged fuel. That's it. That's all it does, and it also burns off any of the other fuel that I'm not packaging, and burns it off to make more power. So right now my power situation looks like this. Right now I have most of the factories running. When I'm ready to do the cut to go over to turn on the nuclear factory that I'm going to be building soon, I'm going to turn off all the other factories, and this power usage will be basically zero, and then I'll be able to turn on the main factory, which will then jumpstart the nuclear power plant to begin making uranium fuel rods. So can you assure us that this battle station is fully operational? Absolutely. Yeah, this is absolutely 100% functional. Yeah, so fully operational. I've been trying to figure out how I want to make this building look, but you can see here, this has been running for like hours and hours and hours, like hundreds of hours. Or, well, not hundreds of hours. It's been running for at least 70 hours. And this doesn't fill up. It uses all this. Looks cool. I've been trying to figure out how I want to decorate this. I've been playing around with some stuff with the walls over here, but basically the original idea was the packaged fuel will go out here into a truck. I've also got a train stop that is on the other side that I just built a couple days ago, but right now I needed containers, and I'll explain why I need containers soon. I have a big plan. You can see on the side right above me, the plan is listed there. Because once I get the nuclear power plant stuff set up, then we're in good shape, and I can build whatever I want. So yeah, this first floor is just going to be like the oil, and then that gets pumped up to the top floor or the next floor. So I'm using the crude oil to make plastic, but the best way and the highest yield of plastic that I can get is by actually turning using the diluted fuel recipe. So I'm turning all the crude oil into heavy oil residue, and then the heavy oil residue outputs polymer resin, and polymer resin gets pushed into these to make rubber. So it's a weird line, production line, because it gets turned into rubber, and then I use the fuel that I'm making from the heavy oil residue to make fuel, and then the fuel gets combined with the rubber to make plastic. So but it's 3 times the amount I would have gotten from just this normal stuff, right? So I was like, okay, well, plastic is the way to go. I did the math, and it couldn't quite make enough rubber that I need for this factory that is for nuclear. And the only thing that I needed that I couldn't, or the only thing that I could build, I'm planning on putting the factory where I was going to do it originally, which is going to be this whole area here. This is going to be a humongous factory. But out of all of this, the closest oil node was this one, and I can't make enough rubber, even with the alternative recipe, to be able to do the processing of the nuclear waste. So now I opted to build this because I needed more power anyway. So I opted to build this and turn most of it into fuel and output as much rubber as possible, and then output that into as much plastic as possible. So I made a couple of cool things. I don't have Lumen turned on right now, but I made a hanging light, which I think looks really cool. I'm very proud of that. It would be really cool if you could actually see colors, but the freaking it's the swamp. Swamp is shit. Luckily, the sun's about to come up, so the color should start coming back here in a minute. But yeah, we got a bunch of heavy oil residue, rubber. The rubber gets pushed up to the top, and then we go up to here, and this is where all the magic happens. So we got 6 blenders that are all overclocked, and the heavy oil residue gets pumped up to here. I bring up water from the side there, and that gets funneled into these. Now, I know this looks insane, but this is finally how I figured out how to get water to work properly. There have been no problems with things backing up or anything with this build. So obviously have finally figured it out how to do it properly. But I think it looks pretty cool. You know, it's all fed from the top down. So got 6 of those. It's really 12 because these are double overclocked, I think. Yeah, they're all at 200%. So I just wanted to save some space. It's a minor miracle you haven't banned me outright. I would never ban you, Tech. Black and white adds the appropriate amount of sadness to the industrial complex. You're right. You're right. So then basically taking the fuel that I'm making in these blenders, and I'm going to feed it over into these refineries to make the plastic. So the rubber is coming up. You can see it there. Rubber comes up, goes into these machines, and I've been pulling all the fuel into these lines here. Goes over to these packagers, which are using the containers that I'm making over there. But yeah, we make a bunch of plastic here, making a ton of plastic actually for how small this node is. Tons of plastic. Plastic goes out here, comes across like this, then goes into all these constructors, and they make containers. So you see, like, it's got plastic, and it just outputs more and more containers. So then those containers get fed over to here for 3 packagers. They make packaged fuel. I'm only taking as much as I need on here, and then all the remaining outputs go downstairs to where they will be moved with other things. But I have a ton of leftover fuel because that's what I made with this place. So all the fuel gets piped, or all the remaining fuel gets piped up here. And I made like an impromptu fuel generator factory up here. So you can see I've got fluid buffers up here just to keep everything even. I crammed in as many fuel generators as I possibly could on the top, and they are burning off all of the remaining fuel that is left. And it's generating me about 14,000 megawatts, which is pretty good. So yeah, this is the first thing that I built that was actually going to be permanent. I do have a lot of work left to do on it, but I opted to start working on another factory before I did this. I want to get all the pieces in place before I start decorating and stuff. So I did do a little decorating on it. I mean, I think this does look pretty cool. It's definitely got some personality, but I think I want to do some more stuff to give it more depth. Like I want it to not be so flat in the front with the circle. So, but yeah, you can see some of the colors coming back now that the sun's coming out. So then I started working on water packaging. So the thing about the next closest node to where I'm at, where I'm going to need rubber, since the rubber is going to be all in this area, I need rubber here. I needed to get a close one somewhere to build rubber. And then I found out that there was a crude oil node right here. Well, there's 4 crude oil nodes. Now, this is something I would not have used for anything else that I could find, because this isn't even the good batch of nodes. You know, like normally when I've done my playthroughs, the really good nodes for oil are all up here in Spire Coast. So I was like, I don't want to use the Spire Coast nodes. Let's use the ones that I've never used before. So I got here. I started building this. All I have right now is a shell of things there. It's just a shell. It's 4 oil extractors. It's not even doing anything yet. And then I started looking and realizing that I needed a ton of water, and there was no water. This little bit of water here is too shallow. I can't even put nearly enough water extractors in this to actually power the rubber factory. And so when I was trying to figure out what the next course of action would be, I decided that this was the plan. That's why I built this first, the canister and fuel factory, because it gave me a power boost, and it will give me the ability to make containers to get water packaged to move into the rubber factory. So then that meant I had to build another factory, which was the water packaging facility. So this started out as this roundabout was outside. I had already built all this stuff. Roundabout, I started building this factory on this floor. I built a train station over here, and I'm trying to do some cool stuff with sealing this train station in so that it has a cooler look to it. So you can see I've kind of like wrapped it with concrete a bit. So I'm playing around with that. I've never done that before, so I wanted to test it out. But for this factory, I needed to be able to import water canisters, which you see right there. There's one of the empty canisters trains. I didn't make enough canisters at the other factory, the one we were just looking at, so I had to I'm impatient, so I was going faster. I made a place in my temporary factory that's making plastic to make more canisters and bring them in. So this is for empty canisters. They get dropped off here. When they're ready for pickup, we have a water train, and the water train will pick up the water here, packaged water. So that's in, and this is out. So the good thing is, no matter how much water I need, all I got to do is, call the train there. I can have multiple trains come pick up water here. The way I've got it designed, it should be fast enough. This factory can package 7,800 water per minute, which is pretty good. But the bottom floor is all the water extractors. Now I found out I built this. I did all this pipe work and everything, and I had it oriented the other way. I had the pipes over on that side going up, and then the water extractors were here. And I was continuing to build out. The whole idea was I was going to continue building out. Well, what I found out was that there is an invisible barrier right here that you cannot build water extractors past. It says it's not deep enough water. So, see how I'm not holding control. It will not let you build outside of this line, this invisible line. So I had to tear down everything on this floor and rebuild it this way. But I did it, and now we have a bunch of extractors, and I can keep building the water extractors out that way if I need more water than this. I don't want to have to build more water than this, but I can if I have to. So, yeah, all the water pipes go in here. I thought this looked pretty cool. Pull all the water in here, and then for each 2 water extractors, this is a 600 line, so each line has a fluid buffer that is completely full right now because I'm not packaging any more water right now. And then that gets pumped up to the next floor up. So I needed a logistics floor, a pretty big one for this. So there was there's a lot of conveyor belts that are needed for this because, yeah, just look at this. So this is where all the train station containers come in. So they all get stored here. It fills up the canisters. The canisters all come out and go into various places up on the next floor. But basically, I have an overflow system here where the water canisters come back in here, and they feed up into the packagers upstairs. So I also, while I was making all those extra ones, all those extra canisters, I pumped them into here. So now this is full as well. So this is just my spare container stuff, because as I start pulling water out of this factory, I'm going to need more containers to replace them. So uh, I went ahead and just filled up all this storage with this. I made a load balancer that actually I can hook this back up now. Now that's all done. So the load balancer automatically will split. Oh, I think that's right. I tore down the feed line because I was going to rebuild it. But yeah, this basically splits all the outputs into 5 equal parts. So that was fun. Then there are 12 lines that come down with the packaged water, and then I'm combining those into these, and then all of those get fed into. Well, 10 of them go into here, and then I've got a load balancer over there that splits the remaining 2 lines into these here. So these are the storage containers for the outbound. That way, if a train comes in, picks up water, then I have tons of stuff to be able to push into um, the water package train station again. Like I don't have to wait for it to be made. It's gonna just fill up the entire thing again. I mean this in a good way, but I feel like a guy inspecting a factory for code violations. Yes, yes, I know. And then this is the actual packaging floor. So there are 120 water packagers up here, and all the empty containers go in here. All the water is piped up into here through this. And yeah, you can see everything's off right now because I let everything fill up all the way. Before I logged off yesterday, I was working on the walkway system for this building because it's kind of a weirdly shaped building. I'm trying to do something cool that I've never done before over there. So, but yeah, this is the factory. I have the entire upstairs. I have a bunch of empty space now because I've been adding floors to here. So if I do need extra space to build stuff, I can. I also am trying to figure out what I'm going to do with these walls and how I'm going to build the walls to begin with, because this is a little bit of an odd build. But that is the 2 permanent facilities, the first 2 permanent facilities that are in this world. So actually, I need to run back to the other factories anyway. But these are we're going to go to the ugly side of the world now. I'm going to let it automatically go. Let's see. I'll let the auto driving go. So I've still got a ton of work to do. Like I didn't build a full rail network of the world because there's no point in doing that yet. I'm pretty happy with the way that these rails are turning out this time, and that's it makes a big difference having rail lines that are actually aligned to the world grid instead of me trying to curve everything. It makes it so much easier to build out these rail lines. And you can see I'm using a different kind of roundabout now too that I found out about, and it's pretty awesome because it's way smaller than my old roundabout. The old roundabout was about double the size of this, but the small one makes it a lot easier to build splits off of. So. And it works exactly the same as the big one, and it takes way less time to build too. So compared to your gaming, I feel like a child playing games like Spider-Man and Alan Wake. This is yeah, I don't know. This is I like had something happen. I was like, I had this renewed love for Satisfactory. I was just disgusted with my my old save because I was like, I did all that work and now I just cannot figure out how to do this stuff that I'm trying to do. And so I took a new approach to it with a new save file, and I like this one a lot. Also, I made a new kind of train spiral. This is the new train spiral. I think it looks really cool. I also made a new factory planning spreadsheet, and it is by far the fanciest uh, Excel document I have ever made in my entire life. It is crazy how cool it can do things. It actually can calculate almost everything for me, um, and I can. All I have to do is put in the the item I want to make, and it gives me a drop down of the recipes that are available to make that. And then based on what I want to use for the recipe, I just select that recipe, and then I uh, take the block that it generates, and then I just paste it, and then I build out the whole thing. Pretty sweet. I say this with all the best intentions, but I feel I need to say it. Nerd. Yeah, I know it is. I'm very very nerdy. Um, you can see I did run quite a bit of train lines. I ran about half of the train lines I need for the world right now. So this is the shell of the rubber factory of what it will be. You can see the oil extractors are down there on the bottom there. So I got to figure all this out. I haven't even started figuring this out. Um, not sure how I'm gonna fit everything in there because it's gonna be a pretty big factory. We'll see though. I have a split set up over there to be able to go somewhere else. I put in a bunch of splits over here. Oh, also, so you see all these green explosion icons, right? So after doing all the math with my new spreadsheet for the nuclear power, I went through and figured out all the nodes that I need to pull into this factory for the nuclear factory. I mean, so anything that's got a green explosion on here, all of these nodes will have Mark III miners on them and be pulled into the nuclear factory. And so this is going to be a logistical nightmare. I have no idea how I'm going to do this yet. Um, but the furthest one is the sulfur node that's way up here. But all of this stuff is getting pulled into that single factory. I haven't even built the base for the factory yet. And I'm not sure how I want to move the goods around yet. I could use trains if I wanted to. Because I do have the train lines already, but I kind of wanted to do trucks. I've never built like a real truck station before, and there are some advantages to using trucks in that situation. Train stations are quite big. So you can see like these train lines look way better than my other train lines did. Like way better. You can kind of see some of my temporary factories. I made a crystal oscillator factory over there. There's a motor factory there. Uh, we're coming up on a small factory that it's not even really a factory. It's just me getting the nitrogen gas out of the ground and moving it over to the other part of another temporary factory. It doesn't help that the Satisfactory world is so huge, you know? I'm not complaining. It's funny because I literally have not touched anything. Every time I needed to build something new, instead of destroying whatever I was using, like what nodes I was using, and this is the mistake I used on all, or I had happen on um, all my other factories and all my other saves, is I would destroy what I already had built and rebuild with new way, like a new way of building. This time, I built it and then I moved to another location if I needed something else. So like with my basic stuff, I built it where my hub is, and I haven't moved this. This is the original base that I built. It basically contains everything that I started with. I did a little work on the power, but that's about it. there goes the nitrogen train. This is a temporary rail thing. The only reason I did this was because I needed a way to get concrete down, and I needed to set up an entire train, like a big train, so that I could have building materials on it, because these pillars are not cheap to make. It takes a lot of resources to make those pillars. So I piped in a bunch of concrete to here so I could use that. But yeah, this is the original base right here. I still have everything set up exactly as I did when I first started playing, with the exception of a couple of power poles that I cleaned up. But other than that, everything's exactly the same. All the original nodes that I tapped are all here. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to make basic stuff here. So I need limestone, copper, and iron. And pulled those in here, and I just made like just this crappy plates, rods, wire, cable, and copper sheets. And then concrete is this node here. So that gave me all the basics to start building other stuff. And then I moved on to, instead of destroying this and making more stuff, I moved on to the nodes that were right down the road from me and built another factory here. That is for the more advanced stuff that involves screws. So this would be like reinforced iron plates and rotors. So I got rotors, reinforced iron plates, and modular frames up here. So modular frames. And then I needed steel next, so I built a steel factory on the other side of the world. But after I got through the steel part, I got over and I was like, okay, well, I need to make the jump to fuel generators, so I need to tap into oil, and I need plastic and rubber to go on to the next phase and be able to make a bunch of stuff. So that led to me building over here, which I've never used these oil nodes for anything either. And this thing turned into a fucking monster. This one I did actually start overclocking a bunch of stuff because there was just a ton of stuff that I needed. But yeah, I ended up starting with this over here, and I tapped into the oil node down there, and I turned all that into fuel, and this got me to fuel generators. And so these are fuel generators, and then I'm processing the polymer resin here into rubber, which gave me resources to be able to do stuff. So yeah, then I think I'm running like 10 fuel generators. This was enough to get me to the big factory that was permanent. Then I was like, well, I've already got some of the more advanced resources here. I need to start making computers. And so the closest thing to build computers was I could use the Caterium computer recipe, but I didn't have any Caterium over here. So then I built another factory over there, which you see is that's making quick wire, and then, or no, it's making Caterium ore, and then turning it into ingots. And then I needed a lot of quick wire, so I opted to use the quick wire recipe that it's not the default one. It makes a lot more quick wire if you give it copper ingots too. So then I had to build a copper factory over there. So then I'm trucking the copper to there. Then all that gets made into quick wire. Quick wire gets taken by truck over to here and dropped off. And since I was making fuel, it powered all the trucks. And then that just started this entire mess of trucks that are doing all these things. So like there's the copper truck. I have a fuel truck that's running in and out here. It's just a ton of shit. It's just a giant mess. It's just like, this is all spaghetti. Oh, it looks like it finally finished making supercomputers. So yeah, I'm making like supercomputers here. I'm making radio control units. I'm going to need a lot of these to build the other factory, or the nuclear factory. So the last thing I needed was nitrogen. gas so that I could actually build fused modular frames. This was one of the harder items to make in the game, so I pulled the nitrogen gas over to here and then did that. And I also needed cooling systems, so I've been letting this run just because I need something to use that, and it gives me tickets, so I have a bunch of tickets. Now the tickets are important because I need the tickets to buy turbo motors because I'm not making turbo motors. I was just at the point where I'm just like, no more, can't. So that is what. Oh, it looks like it filled up all these containers too. Jesus. Wow. Okay, well. I guess it's done making containers. This was my temporary packaging thing. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much everything. I have a crystal oscillator factory, a motor factory I didn't show off, but this is all temporary. So eventually, the goal is I want to get power taken care of first. Once power is good and I don't have to worry about power anymore, then I can start building real factories, like the big ones. And I really would like to do all the math to figure out exactly how many like ingots I need and start building from there, because I have a feeling that there is going to be a massive amount of ingots if I start from the bottom. I'm basically going to start from the top level items that I want to make, how many per minute, and work backwards from there to be able to make everything in the game. And then that'll complete the phase 4 of the space elevator. Funny fact, I haven't even built the space elevator in this save yet at all. I never even bothered. There was no point to build it. So yeah, that's the save. So now we're gonna go back to the we're gonna go back to the water packaging facility and figure out how to decorate this thing. And let's turn on some music. Let's see, is there anything I need to pick up while I'm here? I've got 160. I've been making liquid biofuel too. This is actually way better than I knew. I think I should have plenty of solid biofuel left, yeah. Alright, we're good there. I don't have any leaves or anything to drop off, I don't think. Nope. I think that's pretty much it. Let's go. I'm so sick of being in the swamp. I've been in the swamp for like 70 hours at this point. And I haven't really been able to move from there much, so. I think I am getting close to running out of steel. I may need to get some. We'll stop by and get some. We'll just grab some extra. I think it was steel pipes I was almost out of. I also haven't set up signaling for anything past the nitrogen factory here. I did do most of the intersections, but just because it was causing issues until I did that, since this was all looped together. Why the hell is it breaking? It shouldn't have tried to break there. Weird. Whatever. But yeah, you can see I don't have any signaling set up, so I've got to do signaling. I got to put in all the pillars on the train tracks and everything. But I don't want to do that until I kind of know where my factories are gonna go, because I have no idea right now how I'm gonna do this. I may try to choose a place that has good nodes near it for whatever I'm trying to make in that factory. But that could get a little tedious. It might be easier to just build a massive smeltery that just its sole job is taking in ore and outputting ingots. And the best part is, if I hit 800,000 megawatts of power, I don't ever have to worry about power again. Like, I can use any recipe I want. Don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Crystal oscillators were ridiculously difficult to make. Like that, all of that right there is just for crystal oscillators. I had never actually built a factory for crystal oscillators before. It was a humongous pain in the ass. Thought I saw some wobble in the track there for a second, but it doesn't have any. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm gonna make this factory look like yet, because I've got to have a whole bunch of stuff in this. I've got to have I've got to have 3 train stations. Well, maybe not train stations, but I need at least 3 containers of water coming in there constantly. And then I also need a containers pickup for like when the containers are full or empty from the water. And then I also need rubber out. So that's going to be tricky to figure out, but I'll figure it out eventually. When I get to that point. I'm almost there though. I've just got to finish figuring out what I want this factory to look like, and then I'll start building that. A weirdly sloped area, you can't just go down. Like, it looks like shit if you try to just go down. I think my on-screen chat is not working for some reason. we go. It's being stupid. No, I don't want Ultra. Go away. Widgets. There's... Hey, there we go. Working now. Alright. Now that's done. Let's turn those trains off. Okay, so canister train 2 is leaving. That one I need to just turn off. Let's do this. We'll have it go here. And then canister train will also have it go here. The whole reason I was trying to figure out the staircase was because yeah. Or yeah, I want to know where the staircase is going to go, just because it's going to lead to all these floors. And then once I know where this is going to go... I don't like this part. I don't like what I was working on this yesterday, trying to figure out what I wanted this to look like. I just don't like... I don't think I like the way that this looks. I feel like I want this to go straight here. I like this better with this look on it. So I'm going to leave this like this. And then that'll be... So now we got like a solid walkway. So that means that all this needs to go away now, because it just doesn't make sense to look like this. We need something, though. I chopped off a bunch of the corners of these building, or this building, just to make it look cooler, which I like the way it looks. I'm not sure what I want to do with this area yet. I could like kind of enclose it to kind of match that, but it'll be a big pain in the ass to do because I only did every other one of these. So I just don't know what I want to use this space for yet, you know? I kind of feel like this should go out some more, too. Like to here, maybe. And then that's gonna look stupid. That may not look bad. If I put walls up, that won't look that bad. Either way, I've got a lot of space I can use here. I could always add another floor like all the way across this whole thing, but I don't want it to ruin the look that I got. So, but I think I like the staircase there. I just don't like the way it looks coming from here up. So maybe I'll figure out something else to do with that. I don't know yet. Also need a way to make the back look cooler. I'm pretty much going to enclose this whole thing so that it's not, you can't really see it. It's the logistics floor. So I added a little bit of extra on the back here. But I don't know what I want to do with the corners. I was thinking maybe I could do like a rounded back on it or something, but I don't know if I like that either. In the meantime, let's figure out how we're going to make this work, because I've got stuff that needs to come in to that hole there, but I need that to run probably under here. The tricky part about this was trying to figure out how to get the buildings to match up. Because I built that one, and that one's off-grid. This one is kind of on-grid. Some of the parts are on-grid. But I wanted something, I wanted like a sky bridge going between them, so I've got that. The water pipes are definitely going to be coming out that way. This will go away. I'll delete all this when it's done. So I want the water pipes to come in this right here. Which I should have plenty of room for 3 water pipes. Pipes to go through the floor. Oh, this might be a little more tricky than I thought. I think this is going to clip through the wall. Let's try that with a 4M half foundation. If I do it there, I got to do it on this side too. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. I can live with that. The floor holes like this. Let's say we do 1, 2, 3. See how we can make that work underneath. Where is that? Is it this? No, it's one over. Okay. I'm probably going to be moving this train station a little bit, just because I don't like exactly where it's at, and I need to put in a load balancer to balance out the fuel and everything that's going to be getting into these. Oh good, the train's back. Let's go get that. Oh, both trains are here. Perfect. I don't want to waste perfectly good stuff. gone. One down. We'll just funnel those into the sink. And I'll just back this train up and empty it as well. Unfortunately, empty out soon. It's intermittent, right? Like the stream lag is just occasional, right? It's not like all the time. Because I can see, it's like, I can see my bitrate tank, and then it goes back up, and then it's fine for a little while, and then tanks and goes back up. This piping here. So I gotta be careful when I build these pipes. I can't build over I think I can make it work if it's here. I just gotta have to curve this stuff a little bit. Let's see what we can do with this. Yeah, let me... I don't know what this is gonna look like, so I'm just gonna build some stuff. I'll clean it up afterwards. Okay, that works, I think. That looks good. I want it to be horizontal to vertical, though. So if I do it like this... bring it down like that. Damn you, autosave! Where's the cursed Scuba Steve? Damn you, Scuba Steve! Ew. What the fuck? Yeah, that's not what I want it to look like. Alright, that's not gonna work, so... Oh, you know what I could do? I could do this on the ceiling, and then get it aligned. That's what I should do. I'll do it on the ceiling like this. Then I can align it perfectly with this. Oh my god, it's so hard to align this shit from every angle. Here, let's do it this way. If I do it like this is what's tricky about doing a transition from off-grid to on-grid. This is a perfect example of why this is hard. Making it actually look good is really tough. What the hell? What the fuck's going on with my mouse? OCD makes it even worse, exactly. One, two, three. This I might, yeah, this might work. Alright, let me think here. Okay, so it'd be here. Like most contractors just eyeball it, yeah. Ah, that's the truth, man. Freaking contractors. Alright, so it'd be here. 2 clicks this way. So now if I'm right, I should be able to do this using horizontal to vertical. Oh, that's in the wrong spot anyway. What if I did it from bottom to there? Okay, I might be able to live with that. I might be able to, depending on what the other ones look like. Okay, so then for this one, it would be dead center here. It's really hard to build over top of pipes that already exist, too. Sucks. Oh! Okay, this isn't gonna work. Unless... Got an idea. Oh yeah, baby, there we go. That's what we're talking about. Alright, this one is edge here. So this one's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Oh, fucker. One, two. Oh wait, is it here? 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2 of those. And then do it like that. Okay, okay. This is looking good. What's the smallest we can do? This one doesn't need it. This one's good. This one would be like Oh god, no. That's all wrong. There we go, that's what we want. Okay, cool. So there we go. We got that. So now what we need to do is... this one, I feel like this one's off. It doesn't look like the other two. So this one comes in here. What the hell was it? Oh. I guess that's okay. We can't use these floor holes. Shit, this is gonna... Fuck. Okay. I'll fix this when I get that run. But we also need to fit two two conveyor belts of stuff on top of this as well. So I'm thinking, since it's two, we do it like with stackable conveyor poles. Are you serious? This is not going to fit dead center? Oh my god. Okay, well, one of my ideas was to let's just build it and see. I wanted to do two awesome sinks here, since this is kind of out in the open, and there's a bunch of space I need to fill in here. I'm more than likely going to be getting rid of those things. I was experimenting. Maybe I don't put those there. Maybe I put them... I need at least one here, so I will put one here at least. Make sure that's not clipping in anything. Nope. Alright. Cool. So this will be... this is going to be the overflow for the fuel. Because fuel is going to be going into these train stations after the conveyor belt gets here. And then I'll also put another one pretty much where I've got that one set up that's taking all the containers right now. The fuck? Oh, it's gotta be a visual bug. Yeah, it was. Alright, this is almost empty, so... I'll have an overflow line for the containers as well. But I don't really want it close to the station there. I want it kind of like over here. I may turn it. We'll see. Yeah, alright. So now we just got to figure out the best way to run the stackable conveyor poles. I can't believe this doesn't line up. Like, what the fuck? I guess I could do it like this. I think that'll have enough room. No. Let's do the pipes first. We'll just get the pipes over with and then autosave again. Now we're getting to the tricky part. We need to delete the foundation that's here. Not that. Now I can actually put down stuff where it's supposed to go. Oh, we can delete this. We're about to replace that. I never removed the old stuff. I was doing this really quickly the other day, so I didn't really clean up very much. I want to make sure I don't ruin my my factory. I think I may have to run temporary stuff just to make this, just to get this out of the way so that I can actually run this stuff. Alright, that got that out of the way. Nope, it's not gonna look right. Well, first let's bring these up to where I think they need to go. So this is gonna be like some weird step up thing. It's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, like this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So that means this one probably needs to step up one as well. Nice and flat. This is going to be really tricky because it's going to be super hard to align the use the wall supports here, like this. Arethius! Thank you for the raid! How many clay faces did you kill tonight? It's an important question. None. How far are you into that game? You've been playing it for a bit now. It's like the 3rd stream of that, isn't it? I think we might be able to make this work. Oh man, Arethius with the sub! Thank you, Arethius. Look, my alerts are working, and it actually changed the color and everything. Amazing! Seems to be a lot to do, lots of side quests. Ah. Alright, let me see if this is going to work before I delete that. Oh, does that look like garbage? It might look like garbage. Oh. I gotta see it with all 3. It's this one that looks like garbage. You know what? I know how to fix this. Hang on. I know how to fix this one. I think I know how to fix this one. Haha, there we go. Okay. It doesn't look quite as garbage. That is going to annoy me, though. Maybe I need to bring this back one. Oh, crap. I shouldn't have deleted that. Is it here? Connect to the right thing, please. There we go. There we go. Nope. You gotta do it from this up, otherwise it bends it the wrong way. No, now it's doing that thing again. All right, one more over. Now you all see why it takes so long to build something in Satisfactory if you want it to look good. Can I get it to just connect like that? No, of course not. Wait a minute, I just thought of a better way to do this whole thing. All I have to do is get it to align to this, right? So, if I do it like this... That'll still be under the wall. Alright, let's see if this works. Why is it trying to connect to that one? Floor holes are dead to me. Oh, that's much better. That's much better. Okay, let's get rid of this. That was killing me. Like, it's almost not even noticeable that it's off if I do it this way. And now I get this nice... That's straight? I feel like that's not straight. No, that's straight. I'm noticing, yeah. If you want to make pretty things in Satisfactory, it takes a lot of work. This one should be 2 back from here. Like that. Yep. And then... like that. So now we got our 3 straight pipes. Beautiful. all in the water. Alright, we're gonna have to make this look ugly for a minute. That's still going good. Pull this over here like this. And pull this one over like this. Alright, now it's out of my way. So the important thing with this is that I get pumps installed on them, so that way I can plug and play the pipe. Alright, so we want to install pumps like this. Okay, so now we got to figure out power for this place. And since this is going to be the permanent spot for this, I want to hide the power for these pumps like I did the other stuff. So we'll pull a power line down like this. Okay, now I gotta remember where I put the power under the floor here. I think it's right here. Oh yeah. I have hidden floor. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay, so there is a power line that cuts over through here. This is the problem with hiding your power cables, is that it's hard to find them when you need them. I think this should reach. Come on, don't do this. Don't do this to me. Oh, god damn it. Alright. Alright, we'll put the power extender over here. Boom. Alright, we got power on those. We can go ahead and seal this up. Alright, so this all looks good. I kind of want to pre-fill these pipes a bit. I should be able to do that if I do it like this. Pipes might be too close, though. We'll see. Yup. Okay. Whatever. Just get the water in there. That's all I care about. Cool. Alright. We'll just do this one at a time, like this. I'm taking half of the water out of that pipe, but it should fill up pretty quick. I only have 20 meters of head lift, so that's good. Once this pipe is full, then we'll just go and move to the next pipe. Oh shit, I forgot to... No, I didn't. Oh, I did forget. Okay. We gotta rebuild these. This. Okay, so these 4 holes go away now. These 2 go away. That goes away. Attach. Nope, wrong thing. Horizontal to vertical, please. Cool. Alright, that looks good. Now we should have water coming in here. No? Why am I not getting... Oh, it's this pipe. This pipe has the water in it. I forgot because of the direction it's going. Alright, so now we should see some nice water flowing. Yep, there we go. Pipe should almost be full. I think the pipe's almost full. That's close enough. Next. And so now there's a trick for making this look good, like I wanted it to look, but without the floor hole bugs. And apparently it's not going to work there, because fuck you, that's why. Alright, that one's full. So let's move on to the next. This game is daring your compulsive nature. It really is. There are so many little things like that just piss me off about Satisfactory, but I still keep playing it because I love it. But you see this terrible mess that I've made, though? This is going to be beautiful when it's done, though. See, I've already got everything set up, so then all I got to do is connect in these 3 to there, and run back and connect the other 3 to the original 3, and then we're good. That's why I'm pre-filling the pipes like this. Are we ready for this? Are we doing it? Are we doing it? We're doing it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. But over successful. I think it was. Let's see. 600, 600. It's beautiful. It's done. There. Now I don't have to ever think about that shit again, and I can get rid of all these cables. Actually, I can't get rid of that one yet. Oh, shit. I saw it right as I was deleting everything. I just broke my power grid for a second. Actually, I think I haven't wired all the floors together yet. So, yeah, I was waiting until I got the floor plan kind of figured out before I did that. All right, let's clean all this shit up. Get this back to... See how much better that looks? And then all I gotta do is get rid of the power lines, which will be easy after I do the next part. Yeah, there we go. So then if I fill in the floor like this. Boom. That looks much better. So now we gotta tackle the conveyor belts next. But to do that, I gotta figure out the situation with the train station here. So I was thinking, if I flip the train station around, it doesn't really do me much good. I want to scoot it over a little bit, but then this track doesn't get this track isn't straight anymore. So maybe I do leave this here. Although I don't know how I'm going to fit a load balancer on this. Let's get rid of this too, because we don't need this anymore. It must have been left over. Ah, much better. Oh, look at that. Straight up, clean lines, straight into this nice hole. Beautiful. I have an idea for what I want to do here. And actually, we can implement this really quick. Let's do this. You guys are going to see the magic behind making a circle in Satisfactory. How many out is that going to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is 5 enough? 5 is exactly enough. Perfect. So my idea is I kind of want to have like a pool that you see in the middle. So like under the track, I want to put a like I want a circle that goes around the floor to be a circle, not like this where it's jagged. I want it to be a circle, so I'm gonna get rid of this around it. I just did this so I could figure out where the hell I was placing things. I don't like this there. We're getting rid of it. Alright, so to make circles in Satisfactory, I made some blueprints, and they have different sizes. So I'm going to use the 2M foundation for this one, because it can go out by 5. So if you want to see what this is, so this is just a bunch of overlapping foundations like this, right? So I'm going to stand directly in the middle of where I want the center point to be. I'm going to click that. I'm going to build this thing. Now to make sure I got the alignment right, I need to build, I'm just going to build the first one out like this. I want the one that's perfectly aligned with this. So basically by stacking those foundations like this, it gives me a perfect connector point for every circle piece from the center out to the edge. So if this is aligned properly, doesn't look like it is. I'm one foundation off, which is fine. Then I build a 1M here. And then I attach the 4Ms here like this, and then it should be perfectly aligned with the block that's right here. Yes, perfect. Okay, so now the question is, if I can go out one more, that would be ideal. I don't think I can, though. I'm going to try it. No. So this is why you do overlapping like this. So you see how it's split there? it becomes a perfect circle in 5 right there, so where they intersect perfectly. So I could do the 10-meter one, but it wouldn't have a very good clean edge on it. But actually, no, I do want to do the 10-meter one. Okay, let's do this. This will look better for what I'm trying to do anyway. I want it to be out of the... So this one has more connection points, basically. So I want this to come out. I'm going to do 2M here. And we want to come out 5. Because then that comes out to just outside of here. And then we'll do a 1M. Like that. And then our 4M comes like that. And yeah, that's perfect. And now, if I do it like that, the circle will go all the way around. That should be perfect. And instead of having to add a 1M, I'm going to move this down 1M and rebuild it. Now I don't have to worry about adding that extra one in. Okay, so now let's build this out. We're going to build out our circle floor. And this will basically encase all 4 of the stops. Oh, that's what that is. Just trying to get the first one. Okay, and then we come out 5, right? No, 4. We come out 4. Alright, here we go. Let the fun begin. Yeah, I can look at that. It's not that big of a gap. Gotta make sure you put one on every single connection point. takes so much concrete to do. Oh, see, I almost missed one there. I may do a long stream tomorrow. I don't know. I'm probably going to be playing this anyway all day, so I might just stream it. So if anyone wants to hang out tomorrow, I am here. Or will be. Damn it. Just go on to where I tell you to. Alright, now we need to... So we've almost closed the circle in, right? So now I need more room to attach anchor points, so I'm going to get rid of the ones that are close to the center so I can have more... I only really care about the ones on the very outer edge, because they're going to form my circle. One more. There it is. Okay, we got it all. Cool. Now the fun part is we're going to delete 90% of what we just did. It gets easier as you get further out of the circle, though. Cool. All right, there's that. All right, now we need to delete one more layer. Maybe two more, I don't remember. Yeah, two more. If you're selecting from inside, it's much easier to hit all of them. Alright, so now we got our base circle. And now, to align it with the floor, The fuck? That should be aligned. I must have miscalculated. That's fine. We'll fix it. Get rid of these for a second. We're attaching to the bottom of this so that we get our alignment right, and then I will build the actual circle. This is the... All of this is just to build the pieces to tell me where to build. That's all. Hopefully I don't miss any of these. It's usually not this difficult. I usually build all the circles before I build everything else, but in this case, I kind of had to do it backwards. It's gonna look absolutely awesome, though, when you come in here on a train. Have all the water under it. Boom. Alright, there's that. So I'm going to make my life a little easier here. What the fuck? How did it do that? If I hadn't mismeasured this, this would have been a lot better. I should have checked it before I built all of this. But since I mismeasured... I'm stuck on the walls. Doesn't help that I keep falling through the fucking floors. Almost there. Okay, now we get to do the fun part. It's very slow going. I want to make sure this looks right. Yep, okay. We're definitely hooking into all the right ones. Oh, I can't get rid of that because the train's there. Fuck. I have to move the train. Fucking autosave! Almost there. Awesome. All right. So now that's done. Now let's select our 2Ms. The moment of truth. Alright, so now we have this sweet-ass circle around here, which we do. And I'll fix the clipping on all this stuff later. Now we don't need this. Okay, so now we have like this pool that goes through the middle. And if I wanted to, I can extend it out one more foundation, which I might do. I think the hardest part to get to is going to be this one, which I think... What is this? This... Yeah, this should be fine. So yeah, now we'll have a cool hole inside of here that you can, like when you get, the train comes in, you'll see the pool, and I'm going to put a bunch of lights down here. It'll look really sweet. So I'll work on that some more tomorrow. We'll work on making this look cool as hell. And then we'll rebuild the train tracks tomorrow as well. So let's save. Ugh. Well, the kitties are hungry. It's time. Time for dinner. All right, so yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow. I'll do a long stream tomorrow. If you haven't already, come check out the Discord. Cool stuff going on there all the time. We have cool people like Arethius, who rated us, as well as other streamers like Trash and Treasure and Kagone and Flaring Flames, who also stream occasionally. They want you to know that dinner is late. That is very true. See. Hey, my cam works. Perfect. What are you doing, Runa? Dinner is late. You're trying to get me to go for the belly? Yeah. So yeah, bonus cat cam for the end of the stream. Yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow. And the belly's always a trap, and it only leads to teeth. True. It is very true. You know what we might do? So I have been playing a little bit of the finals. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's a pretty fun game, and I've been playing it with Cam and Adam from the streams on Monday, and we played on we played after Sea of Thieves on Monday, and it was really fun. So I might jump in and play some with them if they are available to play. So maybe we'll have a mixed stream tomorrow. We'll do Satisfactory and the finals. So, but yeah, that's it for me. See you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching.